God bless you, everyone. It's Germaine Hurst. Listen, I'm so very excited that you took the time out of your busy schedule to join me today for our virtual book launch. Listen, I am not behind the camera, in front of the camera, or behind it. I'm at home like you are. Oh, Lord have mercy. I thought this was a virtual live experience. It is. I am watching with you. I will be making comments. I will see your comments, and I will interact. So please hit the share button right now. Hit the likes. Make some comments. We're going to have prizes and gifts. For those of you that are liking and sharing, your names will be put in to a running to get some gifts from yours truly. And I give out some great gifts. But this is all what it's about right now. Bam! It's here. Overcoming the 7 battlefields of marriage. And so we have a lot of things in store for you tonight with this virtual book launch celebration. So go on, get something to drink, hit the share button, enjoy, do a watch party, whatever you want to do. But let's get it. Now I want to see some hearts and some emojis, some thumbs up right now for your boy, because I did it. And I'm excited, and you want to get your hands on this book. So enjoy tonight and everything we have to offer, and may you be blessed by the content, because that is my intent. God bless.
Stay and be blessed at the great Emmanuel Temple where God is showing up with us. I know he's on. Is it button press?
Oh, Lord.
I can see. Am I on? It ain't on yet?
Won't you be quiet?
Harold.
What?
Man, I'm tired of you. You're always
Just
late.
go to sleep.
Get in
then.
here. I need you to see. Am I on? I think I'm on.
I'm coming.
No, I pressed the button. I mashed the button 2 times.
You gotta press the button.
Alexa.
You press it and
Was
hold
it
it.
Alexa?
And then call
Alexa's.
It's Alexa.
Zoom me. Oh, man, get out the way. You don't know what you're doing. I can do it.
I do
You
know.
gotta speak proper. That's why I didn't
know
understand
the
you. You're
things
speaking too fast.
to do.
You're supposed to say it elegant like this. Alexa's. Oh, now Harold, just move out of the way. You messing up the algorithm. Let's see.
What's
I
Sarah?
probably didn't say it loud enough. Heart
I
to
think-
Hurst. .net.
Maybe you
Is
should
it .net
try
or .com?
.net.com.
Can they see us?
Besides,
Can they look?
I think they're too busy looking at me.
Hey, ain't nobody looking at you. You are unlookable.
Yes.
Oh, now Harold, never mind. Let me see. It's coming on.
It's on when?
Lean your big
Now.
head over here so you can read it.
Oh, Lord.
This says what?
All right, baby.
Overcoming.
What it say?
7 battlefields of marriage. Okay, and he wrote the book. That's wonderful. That's nice. I guess you battle number 8.
You cannot
One thing
disrespect
about
me,
you.
woman.
I hope it's a chapter in this book dedicated to you. Harold, chapter 8. Yeah,
You better listen to me, woman. I'm tired of the disrespect. What Cardi B say?
what you talking about now?
Be careful with me.
Lord have mercy.
Do you know what you're doing? Do you? What in the
Lord
world
Jesus,
wrong
God
with
help
you?
me. What's in my teeth?
Hell, they call that a space.
Watch it. Careful.
A gap?
Harold,
No,
would
you be
stop
careful
fussing
with
for
me.
once?
You be
Do me
careful
a favor,
with
run by the
me.
church and pick me up a copy.
I ain't
'Cause I
got
think
no
they
more
gonna still
money.
be there.
I ain't got no money.
What happened to your money, Harold?
Do it
Did you cash
online.
your check? Child, well, I guess I can order one online.
God bless you, family. This is Germaine Hurst again. Listen, it's all about the book. I'm so excited about this particular book. There are so many people that I want to thank. I want to thank you all for being a part of this journey. We're getting this book out. Truly, God is good. I want to introduce just a few people that were going to come on here and just share their thoughts and about the book and myself. I'm here near the water. I love the water. The water is so typical of the Holy Spirit. Even in the book of Revelations, it's typical of people. You know, water is so special because at one point it can be tranquil like this and be very beautiful. But it can get out of control and take lives if it's not harnessed. That's how our marriages are. That's how relationships are. Relationships can be a beautiful thing, but if it's not harnessed, if it's not put under some management, it can get out of control. So this book, Overcoming the 7 Battlefields of Marriage, is giving you tools. So make sure to help you and I make sure that things don't get out of control. I want to introduce to you a great friend of mine. His name is Gerard Bonner. I've known him for years. Bonafide Radio. He's internationally known. We thank God for his contributions. I remember in my teenage years, I used to hate to write. I hated school. When I came into the church, he was a young man that came and visited our church in Utica, New York. He was from Monticello, and we connected. And we started writing each other. That's right, with pen, paper, stamps, envelopes. There was no internet back then. Telling my age. There was no email back then. And then we couldn't really afford the phone because you had to play the long distance, weren't cell phones out, and all of that good stuff back then. But one of the things that we did was we write each other, but I couldn't keep up because he was writing so quickly. For every 3 letters, I would send one, and I got a little discouraged behind that, and I just stopped writing. And I thank God that he became a journalist and had a journalistic gift, and I became comfortable with speaking, and here we are today. So my friend's gonna come on here. He inspired me to write this book because I told myself after that experience, I will begin to be a lover of reading, a lover of writing, and I'm gonna take advantage of the opportunity if God presents it to bless people through the pen. So I pray that you will be blessed. Here's my brother, Gerard Bonner.
Family, it's your man Gerard Bonner of Bonafide Radio, and listen, I am excited about a brand new book that is available everywhere. It's from my friend, my brother. God, I've known this dude for a long time. He's a bishop, he's a pastor, he's an entrepreneur, and now he's an author. Shout out to my good brother Germaine D. Hurst on this brand new book, Overcoming the 7 Battlefields of Marriage. Listen, singles, married folks, what you may or may not understand is that marriage is not as easy as it looks. Yes, couples goals, hashtag relationship goals. That sounds great on social media, but the fact of the matter is it is a battle, and you never want to go into a battle unarmed. And honestly, a lot of us in church have done that. Our extent of relationship teaching has been girls, keep your skirts down, and boys, love those girls like they're your sisters. But what happens when they don't look like your sisters anymore, right? Now you actually have some resources to go into battle with, courtesy of my brother's brand new book. So I'm excited about it. I need you guys to go ahead and order it, read it, take these tools and allow them to help you as you go through the wonderful journey that is marriage. He knows a lot about it. He and his wife have been married a long time. Well, yeah, they've been married a long time. I was blessed to be in their wedding, which was about 3 years ago. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. I love this couple. They are amazing, and I'm so glad he has this resource out. Shout out to you, brother. I love you, Germaine. I'm so excited for all that's happening in your future. You guys go get the brand new book, Overcoming the 7 Battlefields of Marriage, by my good brother, Germaine Hurst.
Well, I want to thank God for those wonderful, encouraging words from my brother Gerard. Man, Gerard, we love you, man. You are awesome, my brother. I thank God for your love. I thank God for your support, and I pray the best for you and your family. Well, I want to thank God, too, because Gerard, he's in the ATL area, my man, and I got another fine brother, a covenant brother of mine, over there in Conyers area. He pastors a beautiful church called the Church of Champions in Snellville. I am the overseer of that church. Listen, I understand about covenants, and I want to have him on here because when I understand the things about this book and what I want to do, it's good to have covenant agreement with people. I met this brother about 17 years ago. We were in Detroit at Greater Grace Temple with the Honorable Bishop Charles Haywood Ellis III. We were at a Pastors and Church Leaders Conference, and I noticed, I've only been pastoring for about 2 years at that time, and man, I was so overwhelmed with the things that came with pastoring and overwhelmed with the things that came with the responsibilities of leading people. So I went to Greater Grace to get some help, and I saw a lot of senior, seasoned men and women of God. And I was there at the luncheon, and I ran into this brother. We greeted one another, And he was young, around the same age as I am. And boy, we just connected. This is all about connecting. This is all about coming together and connecting together. So I want to hear from him because he has a word from the Lord. He has done some great things. And I believe that he can speak and do something for us that will bless our lives. So Pastor Kareem Williamson, my brother, y'all put your hands together. Give him some hearts, some emojis right now. Love you, my brother.
My brother, Bishop Germaine Hurst, God bless you and congratulations on a job well done. Writing your first book, Overcoming the 7 Battlefields of Marriage. Awesome title. And I know it's going to be an awesome book. Why? Because it's written by an anointed man of God. My prayer for you is that God will continue to prosper you. I know that this is something that has been in your heart for a very long time. And to see that it has now come to pass, I'm excited. My brother, keep up the good work. I know that the Lord has his hand on you. And I know that everyone who reads this, both married and single, will be blessed. God bless you, my brother, and a job well done.
Thank you so much, Kareem and Maziki, Janaya, yes, Malachi. Love the Williamsons family. That's my heart. Y'all know I love y'all, and I'm honored to be your bishop, but above all, I'm honored to be your brother. And I have a love relationship with them. Y'all know how deep it goes. And so I'm thankful. And I want to thank God that not only do you need to have people to inspire you to write covenant relationships, but this next person that I want to introduce is somebody that's been a complete blessing over my life for many years. He has poured into me, believed in me. I don't even know if you remember years ago when I started preaching, I came to his church. He laid hands and prayed for me, said I'll be traveling and ministering and touching the hearts of many people. And it happened just the way he said it was and the way he said it would come. And I want to thank God for the man that elevated me to the bishopric as a suffragan bishop in the Pentecostal Assemblies of the world. He is the bishop, the diocesan of the Canada District Council. And I thank God he is the senior pastor of Kingdom Life Ministries in Mississauga, Canada. Everybody, put your thumbs up, send your hearts up, send your likes, send your shares. Kingdom Life, you're watching, some of you. Thank God for the Honorable Bishop Barrington E. Smith. Let's hear from our bishop right now. God bless.
Congratulations to my friend, my brother, Bishop Germaine B. Hurst, on the publication of your first book, Overcoming the 7 Battlefields of Marriage. I'm so proud of you, my brother. I know marriage is a very difficult but a very exciting journey, and I'm sure you have explored this extensively in your book. I want to say a great congratulations to you. I have purchased my copy, which is on its way to me, and I want to say to everyone that is listening that you gotta hear what this man of God has to say through this book, because this man of God, the way God speaks to him and through him, I'm sure he has much to say to us. God bless you and congratulations.
Well, I want to thank God for Bishop Smith and your very kind words. I also want to thank God for the late Bishop Nelson, my pastor. I would have had him on here if he was still with us on today. But I want to thank him that he was a tremendous example, him and his wife, about marriage. And a lot of these principles I learned through observing and watching my leaders, my pastor. I want to thank God for my grandparents. Willie James Pearson, Lonnie Bell Pearson, raising 14 children. My God, I don't have that anointing. Raising 14 children on a fixed income, but they made it happen and they stuck to it all the way. So I'm very thankful for my heritage, very thankful for my roots. And I thank God for the love of my life, my beautiful wife, Pastor D. Honey, without you, I couldn't have done this. You are an awesome, outstanding, and beautiful woman of God. I want to grow old with you. I have no interior motives to look over the fence or go elsewhere. I'm here to stay, baby. I love you. To my boys, Jeremiah, Dinell, Sean, Zachary, all 4 of you guys are my champions. Y'all my men, y'all my boys. And I'm glad that I can leave you with this book, that when you decide to get married or before marriage, you'll have the tools to take it to the next level. And I want to thank you, all of you, for buying the book. You can go right now to JermaineHurst.com. Don't leave right now because we got some more stuff for you. But we want to thank you for supporting us, and we're going all the way together. I love you, and be like water. Manage your marriage, manage your relationships, and don't let it get out of control. Let it bless you. God bless. Whew. Lord have mercy. What's up, everybody? Where's the armor bearers when you need them in the house? I wanted some of the bishops and pastors to understand what I'm talking about. My name is Germaine Hurst, virtual party of all about this right here. As you can see, if you look at it, whew, it says heavy. There's red stickers on this because it is heavy. This is for a lot of you that have ordered my book, and I have these. Make my personal messages and get it out. Now, if you like me, I'm very careful. I use my keys to open up these. So I'm gonna be very careful. I'm gonna open up, let you know that your orders are in. So I know some of you have been waiting. It's coming. Tell your neighbor it's coming. It's coming. All right. So we're opening this up. Let's see. Woo! Oh yeah. I like the look of that. I like the look of this. Oh, you know, you gotta get them corners too. All right. Oh, this is the finished product. I'm so excited. I got our proofs and everything like that, but this is the finished product and what you have ordered, and I'm so very excited about getting this into your hands. Let me see what's in here. Woo! Look at these orders. Bless the people of God. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Isn't she beautiful? All right, my book is here, and this is somebody's. I don't know who it is. Is it yours? Even those you're just going to order, but some of you got waiting on your books because you already ordered them. And so I'm so very excited. Some of you have the book in your hands. And so like it says on the box, heavy. This is heavy. This is definitely heavy. So I'm so very excited. If you need to get this book, go to JermaineHurst.com right now and order your book. Or you can go on Amazon. We have it in ebook, and we also have it in paperback. Barnes and Nobles all over the place. So some of those are you. Now we're talking about prizes and stuff. So I got a question for you. Okay, if you want to get a prize, get ready now. Get ready. Like and share, because I'm watching right now. I may be in front of the camera right now, but I'm back behind it at the home like you are, and I'm watching for your answers, and I'm also watching for your comments and your likes. Those who are making comments right now and making likes, your name is going to be put in a drawing to receive some gifts from yours truly, because I just love to share, and as you know, some of you know I give out good gifts. So I have an opportunity for you to get a gift right now. All right, and so I'm watching, and so I need someone to tell me what is the fourth, number 4, what is the 4th battlefield that I wrote about in this book? If you answer that, the first one to answer, you'll get a gift from me. Are you ready? Let's go, because somebody said, how can I do it? Those who pre-ordered, those who got their hands on their books, those who got the ebook, those who ordered or been following up, those of you that can. The 4th battlefield that I wrote about in this book. Are you ready? Check it out right now. On your mark, get set, go.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Denise Hurst, and I am the wife of our esteemed author. All right, so the answer to that question, the 4th battlefield is in-laws. So if you wrote in-laws, you are correct. And now for our next question. What are the names of the 3 types of money handlers written in the book? What are the names of the 3 types of money handlers written in the book? All right, so the answer to that question, what are the 3 types of money handlers written in the book? The answer is spenders, savers, and givers. Spenders, savers, and givers.
All right, everyone, that was my beautiful wife, Denise, and I want to thank God for her being a part of this. And yes, if you answered those questions and you are the first one to put the answer on the particular screen and write it down, then you are our winner. So we will be direct messaging you, reaching out to you to make sure that we get that gift in your hand, and we will acknowledge the winners to let you know ain't no funny stuff, that we're going to hook you up and we're going to make sure that you are blessed through this particular ministry, myself and my wife. So also, she had to leave right now because she's going to use her gift. Listen, I'm so very excited that I have one of our great friends, Brother David Cruz, who is internationally known for his music. He is known for his weapon called a guitar. He plays acoustic guitar, various guitars, and my wife, who is a psalmist in her own right. I'm so glad that they have come together to be a blessing to me as well as you, our viewers. And it's so very important because with this book, we're talking about love, y'all. And if we don't have love for one another, it means nothing. And so keep the love going, even all the things that's going on in the pandemic and the things that we are facing from day to day. Hold close the ones that our God has put in your life, the ones that you say that you love. So here is a song selection from my beautiful wife, Denise Hurst, and our brother, David Cruz, entitled Love by God's Property and Kirk Franklin. May it bless you.
Love, a word that comes and goes, but few people really know what it means to really love somebody. Love, though the tears may fade away, I'm so glad your love will stay. 'Cause I love you, and you've shown me, Jesus, what it really means to love. Love, a word that comes and goes, but few people really know what it means to really love somebody. Love, though the tears may fade away, I'm so glad your love will stay. 'Cause I love you, and you've shown me, Jesus, what it really means to love. The nights that I cried, you loved me. When I should have died, you loved me. I'll never know why you love me. It's a mystery to me. Now I'm glad to see Jesus. When all hope was gone, you loved me. You gave me a song that you loved me. Now I can go on 'cause you love me. It's a mystery to me. Now I'm glad to see Jesus, what it really means to love. What it really means to love. Patience, kind, that's love. Patience, kind, that's love. Patience, what it really means to love, what it really means to love.
Listen, my name is John Pearson. I'm excited right now. Why? Because I get to interview Bishop Germaine Hurst in his first book, Overcoming the 7 Battlefields of Marriage. Listen, I need you to start a watch party and share on all your platforms, and I guarantee you, you're about to be blessed because we're going to go in deep on some questions so you can get some more insight on this wonderful book. Tune in, come on, get excited. Let's go. This is going to be powerful, powerful. Stay in tune, grab some people, share, and let's get right into it. How you doing this evening, Bishop?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good.
Well, the first question I want to ask is, what inspired you the most in writing this book?
Tragedy. That was my inspiration. Over 50% of marriages end in divorce, and that's not just in the secular world, but also in the church.
Wow.
I found out that as a pastor, I was dealing with various cases and trying to advise couples, both singles, those who are divorced, widows, and married, both people that have many years and short, newlyweds, that there were certain common threads of challenges that they were facing that the Bible didn't necessarily address, but I was using certain principles, and through my secular learning, I was able to combine biblical truths and practical things to put that together. And I said to myself, wouldn't it be nice to have a book to deal with these issues, that when someone has these problems, like a manual or guide, you can give that to them so that they can address some of these issues. I also remind the pastors and people that counsel that sometimes you don't always have the time. I was having sessions where I was doing appointments with people and doing, okay, this is session number 3.
Wow.
And so I wanted to have something now that you can hand someone and that can equip them to have a better marriage and also a better relationship.
Wow, Bishop, that's powerful. And I'm married myself, so that's a big help, and this is going to be great. What is the most critical thing a single person can glean from this book?
I would say one word: strategy. A lot of times when singles are going into marriage, they are often pressured on to get married. But a lot of people, even though they get pressured to get married, a lot of times they don't receive information on how to stay married. And so what do? We blame you, and you're a victim of not getting married. So you feel the pressures, and then when you get married and then you don't do well at it, then we blame you and say you should have known better.
Right.
I think one of the issues with that is that you can't do better until you know better. So why not have something practical, some information? So this book, because some of the challenges when people read the word Overcoming the 7 Battlefields of Marriage, the first thing a single will say was, I'm not married, this book is not for me.
Right. But
at the bottom it says a biblical practical guide for singles and married couples. So even when you're engaging in some type of relationship with someone, these principles transcend just the I do's at the altar. It even transcends the death do his part. There are prerequisites that this book provides to singles so that you don't make some of the same mistakes like people like me have made, others who are newlyweds, or people that has, we've all made some form of mistake.
Yes.
But wouldn't it be nice to grab something as a single and say, you know what, here's the advice you would need.
Yes.
Here's the questions you need to ask someone before you even consider marrying them. So this is the strategy, is the takeaway, definitely.
As you just stated that this book is not just for marriage, but those that are dating. So my next question would be, will this book challenge how we relate with each other, whether married or single?
Most definitely. This book is full of challenges. I deal with real issues that go against the grain. In my chapter about in-laws, there's a section in there about in-laws versus outlaws. And sometimes family members can act like more like outlaws. So what do you do to be able to integrate into someone else's family culture? See, when we marry someone, and even if you're single, if you marry someone, you're marrying into a family. So you're marrying into a culture. So one of the big mistakes that people may make was trying to change the culture, or trying to change the family that you're in. No, build your own culture within the confines of your own home. And so I began to give about 12 principles of how to address that. Also, issues of sex. I give 50 things that frustrates people from not having a healthy sex life. And that's one of the taboos. We'll talk a little about that later. That's always a hot button.
Yes.
I deal with time and communication, but when it comes to relating to others, the baby mama, I got a section there about baby mama drama and dealing with the daddy drama, my baby daddy drama, how you deal with blended families, you know, what are the challenges? Okay, well, my family is good like that, but Bishop, we got some money issues. The number one reason that people have divorces in our country is money issues. So we talk about money and a lot of things. So as we get these principles, I believe that if we go forth, it will enhance our relationships.
Wow. Well, you just mentioned the word about principles, so that brings my next question. We read the book, we see, and now we know. What if we do not apply these principles, in your own opinion, sir, and through your studies and through your time? What do you feel can be the outcome if these principles are not applied?
Okay, well, in chapter 8 is the title, We Fight Better Together. And one of the principles in that chapter I state is you have to put in the work. You got to do the work.
Got to do the work.
You know what I mean? And so this is one of the things. And then one of the things I express is that marriages are made. After every wedding, there is a marriage. We assume that it's just going to come together when there are things that we have to do to make it work. You know, marriages are not 50-50. Hello, you hearing me? I'm talking to you. Marriages and relationships are not 50-50. And the frustration we get is because if he or she is not doing their half, you know, then you refuse to give 60 or 70% because they're not coming up to their 50. Sometimes to have a successful marriage is to have 70-30 or 80-20, right? So when these things are not necessarily applied, we reap what we sow. But these battlefields are real, and we must overcome them. Things about communication. How do you talk to one another? Why certain women that may emasculate a man and talk down to him, then you want that man to revere you and respect you, you know? And so there are just things in there, how you entreat a woman, you know what I mean? And treating her like she's one of the guys. And so with that comes, you know, chivalry. Is it dead? I don't know. I deal with those issues though in this book.
Wow, that's amazing. So why do you feel marriage is attacked so heavy? I mean, through years. Just a strong attack on marriages. Why would you feel, sir?
Before we had a church, before we had money, before we had houses, lands, and cars and education, before we had governments, authority and kingdoms, the first institution that God built was a marriage. When you go all the way back to the garden, this is nothing new. The first thing on the planet, not in the heavenlies, but in the planet that the devil attacked was a marriage. Because he knew that if I attack that, then I'm affecting destiny and purpose. I don't know what I would be doing right now if I wasn't married to the woman that I am right now, that I have right now, rather. And sometimes, yes, is it possible for someone to marry the wrong one? Yes. Is it possible to be able to be connected to someone that's not good for you? Yes. But I'm not dealing with that. Some of those are isolated situations, right? And that will cause for someone to read this book, evaluate the situation that you're in, and then have the first battlefield, which is communication. Let's talk. Let's keep it 100 and deal with some stuff. But then there's a lot of things that we blame on the devil. That's not the devil. The devil has never committed adultery. The devil has never committed fornication. The devil has never been married. So he has no covenant to keep. We're the covenant keepers. So now I've learned to stop blaming an invisible enemy that if the lights got cut off, because honey, I just forgot to pay the bill. The devil will cut off our lights. You know, the devil busy. And everybody looking at you, you talking about the devil. Well, can you tell the devil to go pay the bill?
Right.
You old demon, you know? So these are the things where it causes us to grow, because one of the things, when you read this book, I don't think there's any chapter where I write the word devil in it.
Wow.
That's the crazy thing.
Wow.
There's God, but I really don't get into devil talk. I get into responsibilities.
Wow.
I get into owning your marriage. All marriages are made, you own it. So even though the devil may attack, if your marriage is being attacked by the enemy, then you must be a power couple.
Wow.
Because the devil's not going to attack mediocre. So there has to be some level. Oh, I'm going to get my preacher on that.
Yes.
I'll get my preacher on, y'all. Let me slow up a little bit.
Listen, I was intrigued right there, and I know you all are. Of course, there are many battles in relationships, period, friendships. Of course, we're dealing with marriages, and we're dealing with those that are dating. You mentioned, out of a lot of battles that we can all be in, you mentioned 7. You mentioned communication, chapter 1, chapter 2, sex, chapter 3, money. All of them are very powerful. Do you feel like these are the most common ones that you would deal with in your relationship?
Well, that's the thing I wanted to do. I wanted to be well-rounded. I didn't want to focus on, it's not about race, creed, color, religious dogma. It's not about whether you are in America or somewhere else on the planet. Yeah. Like right now, these are the 7 battlefields. Communication. So, communication, the challenges of communication. That's the hub of any relationship. Yes. If we fail to communicate effectively with one another, it's a shipwreck right out the gate. We can't even you got to have vision.
Right.
You have to have purpose. You have to be able to be connected to someone that can speak your language. Yes. You know, where are we doing? What are we building? What are we trying to build? So the communication piece, I talk about principles of communication, how to have effective communication. There's an acronym that I use called I CARE. And if you follow that acronym called I CARE, it means you care about what they're saying to you. And so I'm not going to give all those principles right here. You got to get the book. Right. Get the book to find out what I CARE is, but I talk about I CARE. And then when it comes to sex, I deal about the 50 hindrances that applies to sex. One of the things I talk about is sex is not dirty. I even talk about, even as a single, you should communicate with sex with someone, not have sex, communicate about sex with someone that you feel I'm going to be with you for the long haul. Because we know sex within itself is not food and water. Right. You know what I mean? Right. So you can survive without it. It's hard. Right. But at the same time, what is the appropriateness of sex and intimacy besides don't do it? Well, no, I need more than just don't do it. Let's talk about the principles of why. So I talk about the 3 different levels of intimacy, the different types of intimacy, and how intimacy and sex are 2 different things. I go over those principles of how women are like crock pots, but men are like microwaves. And we're ready, just at a push of a button, but you have to speak to her mind, her spirit. You got to get her in the mood. And so there's nothing wrong with the woman telling the man, slow down. I talk about ladies first. Hint, 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 ladies first. And when it comes to sexual fulfillment, women can have multiple orgasms more than a man can. So a man just getting him off and wondering why his wife is not satisfied is that at the maximum of a man's climax, she's just starting. Wow. So I talk about those very vividly, not nasty, but with principles. Right. So I deal with sex. I deal with parenting. Not everybody wants kids. Wow. And watch this, and not everyone can have kids. Right. Can you love me through that process? Wow. Can you love me with a blended family? Wow. What is my role? I go over 8 questions that everyone in the blended family ought to ask if you're going to plan on being together with this person or keep your family together. You know, one of the questions is the ex still involved? Is there child support involved? What do they call me? Am I mom, dad, or I'm called somebody else? Right. What's our plan to integrate this child with the rest of the children? Wow. What is the future?
Wow.
Is what is the standards that we're setting for our house, that we have a relationship with the ex, but they're not all up in our business, but we maintain a relationship with the child.
Wow.
So these are things that I talk about in the book to avoid baby mama drama. I talk about money.
Wow.
And the issues of money is about, I talk about the need for investing, saving. I go over percentages of what's your percent, just some stuff to start you off with. 60% should go towards your household expenses, and I'll break down the rest of the 40% of what should be happening in those percentages. I talk about FICO scores. I talk about how to get a house. I talk about how to save. I talk about retirement. I talk about different levels in life of how you should be operating in your money. I talk about joint accounts and areas where you don't want to have a joint account.
Right.
And so I talk about competitiveness in the market. That sometimes we can be so driven to go get the money that instead of completing one another, we're competing with one another.
Wow.
I talk about two passing ships, that sometimes you can get so involved in trying to make the money that you're making more money, but you're losing one another in the process.
Wow.
So those are just a few things that I talk about that I feel that are practical. There's more in the book. I talk about time, about family time. I talk about me. I call it we and me time. There's a whole area in that, we and me time. Now, the me time is, maybe I need to spa, rest, time alone, take care of me.
Yes.
Because if I neglect myself, then how can I effectively love on you? So I need to be able to eat right and go to the gym if I want, or just have a quiet time, sleep, rest. But then there's the we time. I have to invest from myself unselfishly back into my spouse. But then you need to have the family time where you all can generate those memories that you can have that as a family. But it can't be just about you. It just can't always be about your spouse or about the kids. Everybody needs to have their own time crafted out in life. So those are just a few of the things that I talk about, and I think that's practical. That applies whether you're saved, unsaved, whether you're male or female. It doesn't matter. The only thing that I don't address because of my own convictions, I don't go into same-sex marriage. That's not my conviction. That's not my assignment. Alternative lifestyle, that is not my assignment. So please don't hate me for that. That's just not my assignment. But I am, through the biblical things that I understand concerning marriage, is that I'm speaking to men and women about how to appropriate their lives according to God's pattern.
Well, listen, if you need to be convinced to get this book, you want to go to the next level, whether you're in dating or whether you're in marriage, I'm convinced, and I'm already married, that this book is going to help you, and it's going to challenge you, but it's going to also bless you. Bishop, final words before we end this.
All right, well, I want to thank God for this is my brother. Let's give him a hand. Thank you for joining us for our virtual launch. If you would like to get this book, the paperback, or get the Kindle or the ebook, Overcoming the 7 Battlefields of Marriage, you can go to, from the paperback, if you want an autographed copy from yours truly with a personal message, I'm willing to do that. You can go on my website. It's there on the screen, germainehurst.com. There is an area where you can go to our store there and purchase this book, and we will get it out to you as soon as possible, and we will fill out and sign it for you as just a personal greeting and a signature from yours truly. But I'm on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, Apple Books, Kobo, you name it, your local library. I'm part of the Library of Congress now. God is good. And so this is the blessing that I was able to publish this through my wife's and I new business that we launched, LLC, Hurst House Publishing. And I'm so very excited. So please get the book. I want to read this to you, a final word that's in the book. It says, there are battlefields that we all must face and overcome in marriage. Apply the principles in this book to make your marriage amazing. After every wedding, there is a marriage. Our marriages exemplify the sum total of our actions. If you are single and are looking for love, please use the wisdom in this book. Be willing to fight for your relationship and never give up. There will be challenges as well as mistakes. Do not give up. Be determined and keep it moving. You will overcome. Well, I want to thank God for John and allowing us to come together, and his support, and all of you that have already bought the book. Listen, those of you right now that you're watching, if you're getting your book, I want everyone to please take a picture with your book, take a selfie with your book, put it up. I'm getting a collage together, and we just want you to basically just get it going, get this thing viral, and get this book. I am going to be launching next month my own personal Zoom book club where my wife and I will be talking to groups of people and going through the pages of this book, because I just didn't want to write. This is not just for profit or anything like that. I really sincerely want to help people through the best of my ability. Back to you, sir.
Listen, this book is going to be a blessing to many. This has been awesome. Thank you for the opportunity, Bishop. And I truly believe that this will bless you. And I'm hoping that you just take the time out, take this time, and maybe you and your spouse, or maybe you and the significant other can take this time to read some of these chapters, and I promise you it'll bless you. All right? God bless.
All right, bye, y'all. Get that book. Get it. Remember, get it now. Get it now. Get it now. Go. Come on. And click the like and share. Share if you care.
Yes.
God bless y'all.
Awesome.